2004 Saab 9.5 Aero estate. Obviously the Aeros are the model I have on these. Quite a lot of them you do see are your standard turbo estates or turbo saloons, but not the Aeros. Obviously it's very easy to go and buy a badge on eBay, but being the man of extreme taste that I am, I do love a good Saab, and I do know the one to look at is this VIN number here. If you've got a G here, that's denoting that it is correct and it is an Aero. So that makes it a 2.3. If you're sad enough like me to know the engine code, B235R. So it's a 2.3 turbo. Obviously this one is in estate form. We'll start by having a look at the bodywork. It's got a few marks here and there. If we look down the side of the car, you will see it is nice and straight. But going across that bumper, that's all nice and clean. There is a little bit of a haze in the paintwork here. It just wants polishing out. It actually might, yeah, it is kind of wiping off with a bit of pressure, so we will just polish that off. There is a mark here from a sort of bird poo or something that's been left. The arch itself is all nice and clean, as you can see. Good wheel and tyre there. It has come from someone that's been using it pretty regularly. He's just bought something a bit newer for daily use. Little scratch on the wing mirror here. It's more of a sort of very faint crack, if anything. As you can see. Going down the side driver's door, you've got a ding here. As you can just see. On the rear passenger door. Bit of leftover polish there. A couple of marks on the leading edge of the door. And you've got a little bit of a mark here on the bottom of the arch. And some lacquer peel and a little bit of corrosion on the back bit of the arch there. Whole car could do with a really good polish and clean up. But yeah, that's worth pointing out. And a few little bits of lacquer peeling off on where the bumper meets the body. Again, looking down this side, you can see nice and straight. Rear bumper corner does have a scuff on it, as you can see there. Rear parking sensors on this one, and it does have the two-tone leather, which is my favourite bit. Part of the Aero kit is that rear valance. All nice and clean along there. A couple of little scratches where someone's opened the boot with keys in their hands or something, but again, they're very faint. More than likely, they'll polish off. Rear window all nice and clean, all the rear tail lights nice and bright, no cracks or anything in that. If we look at the roof from this angle, you can see not covered in dents or anything like that. I'd say the whole car wants a good polish. Dark car, 18 years old. It's going to show the odd scratch and mark here and there. On the passenger side, you've got a little scuff here and a little one there, but they are really faint. They will probably polish off, I would think. Nice and clean on that arch there, but you do have a scuff at the bottom of the passenger door, which is, again, mostly looks like it's just dry polish. It's had a polish in a hurry, this car, so it does look like there's a couple of marks, but a lot of them is just polish. As we can see, if you just wipe them off, that one is a scratch. You can feel that. Again, that's all polish. Going along the top of the doors, all nice and clean. Have another look at the roof from this angle, nice and straight. Windows are all fresh, they're not covered in scratches or anything like that. Going down at this front passenger door, again, you've got a bit of dried polish here and there. Good scuff on the wing mirror there. And there is some lacquer peel or something from a little scrape it's had on the side skirt. This front arch is nice and tidy. We do have a tiny little bit of lacquer peel around here. Onto the front, tiny little bit of condensation in that indicator lens. Xeon lights on this one as well. And there's a few scuffs, as you'd expect, on the bottom of the front bumper. A couple here, one there, and then there is some stone chips and things as well. The bonnet is covered in stone chips. But for the miles and for what kind of car this is, you expect it just to be flying down the motorway, so it's kind of to be expected, really. It looks like most of these stone chips are filled with that same polish again, so a good wash would probably make them look a lot better. And then we do have some damage to the lacquer there, and the same further back. To get it right, you'd need to either repaint or re-lacquer the bonnet. That's filmed in 4K and you can see it quite clearly, but it doesn't totally ruin the car or anything like that. Coming up this pillar, you've got a couple of little marks here and a few stone chips along the top of the windscreen. Let's have a look on the inside. As I say, it's got the two-tone black and grey leather. Nice and clean Saab interiors do wear well with miles. but it does have some signs of wear on the bolster. You've got a little rip there and a little split there, and then a tiny little bit of wear on the bolster from the seatbelt. Electric seats in the front, they are heated as well. Steering wheel's nice and tidy, no real signs of any wear on that. Radio controls on there. It is showing 156,000 miles, this one. But you've also got some extra toys in here with it being an Aero, so heated seats, aircon. What else? We've got radio controls. And what looks like, yeah, cruise control, which is always nice to have. Got the driver's rear with a nice clean door card. This rear seat, it's not been kicked apart or anything like that, that's always good. Rear bench is nice and tidy. No real sign of any major use or anything like that, all nice and clean. Leather's nice and soft, not too shiny or anything like that. Headlining's good. No sagging or anything like that, no nasty smells in there, which is always nice. Let's pop the boot open. It does have the load cover, but it is a very light colour, so it does have some stains and marks on it. Perhaps a good wash would sort that out, but you don't really know till you try it. Massive boot in the back here. It does have a Kenwood 6-stack stereo, and it goes with the sort of aftermarket head unit that it's got in there. But it is all nice and clean here. You got a little mark in the carpet there, but other than that, pretty good. Original spare in there, but all nice and clean. No sign of any real corrosion or anything like that, which is good. The rear on the passenger side. Again, another nice clean door card. Again, like I said, these back benches, the back bench is really nice and tidy. Got your armrest and everything there with a cup holder, which doesn't want to stay in, but it's there. And you also, amazingly, have heated rear seats, which is a nice touch as well. And again, front passenger door, nice clean door card. Seat has a little bit of wear on this bolster from the steering wheel, from the seatbelt, sorry, and a couple of little marks of sort of wear. But again, the car's done 150,000 miles. That interior, Volvo, Merc, and Saab are about the only ones that can make 150,000 mile interior that'll age like that. Really, really good. Dash and everything on this side, all nice and clean. Got that aftermarket stereo there, which is a Kenwood. Getting linked to that 6-stack CD player. Have a look at the main reason for buying something like this. Nice, fast estate car. Kind of don't see them so much nowadays with quick SUVs and things, but you can't go wrong with a quick estate car. So like I say, a 235R, which is the 2.3 turbo. It has the obviously what they call the hot turbo, so it's an extra 10 horsepower. And actually, weirdly, the internals are forged on these, which is kind of cool to know. Doesn't make any difference to you, but it is cool to know. As you can see in here, all nice and clean, all nice and tidy. All your plates and everything are all intact. And again, that G on the VIN number telling you it is a correct Aero. But yeah, it doesn't seem to drop any oil when it's parked, which is always good. Starts first time whenever we've got to start it. It does seem to run nice. Like I say, it was in regular use. There you go. Starts up on the button. Really happy. No smoke or anything pouring out the back. Turbo spools up well now. From what I understand, it has had a turbo recently, but we will detail in the description what we've got in the way of history, what we know has been spent on it, all that sort of stuff. Guy that does own it's pretty picky about how his cars run, so he does tend to look after them from what I know. But any inquiries or any questions, please get in touch. Thank you.